Hi, everybody. Welcome to Busy Living Sober. Busy Living Sober. Busy Living Sober. It's episode 277. 277 episodes. And here we are on the, what are we, a couple days from New Year's. Can you believe it? It's almost 2022. And I have to tell you, I'm excited. I just have no idea why I think that 2022 is going to be awesome, but I really do. I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know. I'm going to believe it. I like that it's 3 2s. I like that it's, I don't know. I'm just excited for 2022. I think 2021 had a lot of it was hard. This pandemic has been hard. It's just been hard. And my topic today is going to be FOMO. FOMO, fear of missing out. And I think that FOMO is at least a big thing for me. It's been, at least it was a big thing for me, and it has been, and it's evolved, and I'm older now, and I'm in a committed relationship. So I guess that makes it a little bit different, but I can just tell you this. I used to be like, oh my God, it's New Year's. I have to get ready. I have to wear the fanciest outfit. I have to be in the best. I have to be ready to rock and roll. I have to be ready to either A, pick up a guy, or B, go party with my friends. And I had to have the best outfit, the best shoes, the best this. And then you'd get out and there was this huge line. You couldn't even get to the bar. It was like amateur night. You're like, who let the dogs out? Hello. How did everybody get to come out now? All these amateurs that never go out are now out, and they're in the bar and you can't get a drink, and it becomes this whole total nightmare. And I think back to that time and I'd be like, oh my God, it was so much stress and anxiety put on a day because it's the last day of 2021 and it's time to go get shit faced. And the reality is that life isn't like that anymore. And, I sit back and I look, I don't know why, but lately I've been, maybe because it is the end of the year, I'm looking back over time, especially this past year, what has transpired the past 15 years of being sober. And this is I guess my 16th or I don't know, whatever, New Year's. And I have no fear of missing out on anything. I just don't. I look back to times that I put all this, again, this pressure on myself to be this thing that I didn't even want to be. I could never just be me. And I think it really has to do mostly with the fact that I'm, older now. I think I'm 53 and I don't care anymore. I don't care. People used to say all the time, oh, you're going to care. You're going to, when you get older, you don't care as much. And I'd be like, really? I don't think that's going to be true for me. And the reality is it's true. And why did I wait all that time to get to this place where it doesn't really matter? I wasted so much energy, so much time making sure that everything was perfect when nothing was perfect. Nothing was perfect whatsoever. I've never been perfect. It's kind of a weird thing. I think I've mentioned this before. So I am a huge needle pointer. And when I would needle point, it was like the front had to be perfect. My mom would be like, oh my God, it has to be perfect. And she'd turn it over and she'd be like, oh, it's such a mess. Elizabeth, it's such a mess. You did it wrong. It's a mess. Your back needs to be perfect, just like your front. And I'd be like, why? Why does anybody care? And I believe that sometimes this perfection that we have limits us in being free and being able to have a free life where we can be who we are and embrace who we are. It's definitely becoming more transparent in the media today that you can be whatever you want to be. You're allowed to respect anybody for whatever they are, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to be. You can be who you want to be. Be who you want to be. But that means you have to be who you want to be authentically on the inside, even when it comes to this drinking and feelings and emotions. The feelings we have are not facts, okay? We do not have feelings that are going to last forever. I might have a feeling in the morning that I don't want to do this. And by the end of the day, I've done it. Like, especially the working out thing. I'm like, I need to work out. I need to go on a walk. I need to get on my bike. I need to do something, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to stay home. So I have this feeling, you know what, I'm going to find something else to do. But then I go and I do it and I feel so much better. It's just like, you spend all this time wanting to be something that's perfect. And the only thing that has to be perfect is what you're doing for your health. And if you're an alcoholic and you don't drink, that makes you a winner right there. So that already surpasses anything you have to do for perfection. If you're not drinking, that's your perfection for the day. You didn't pick up a drink. That's a huge thing. If you used to smoke and you don't pick up a cigarette, that's a huge thing. Those are two huge things. If those are two things you did and you don't do anymore. If you used to do drugs and now you don't do drugs anymore, that's a huge thing. That is a huge thing that you have done perfectly. Okay, so you did the perfection thing there. Now, life is about balance. So you're not going to be perfect all the rest of this. You might not be a perfect painter. You might not be a perfect baker. You might not be perfect at making dinner. You might not be perfect at whatever it is. I'm definitely not a perfect worker out, or I'm not a perfect walker. I don't think. I probably don't walk at the right speed. I don't like to wear a Fitbit because I don't like, and I don't like to wear an Apple Watch because I don't like to know, because it gives me anxiety to know what the number is on my phone or what my number is on my watch. Did I make it to 10,000 steps? Oh my God. If I don't make it to 10,000 steps, what's going to happen? I'm going to implode. Then I'm a failure. I'm a failure because look, couldn't even make it to 10,000 steps. Now I have to sit in my bedroom and walk back and forth till my stupid watch says that it's at 10,000 steps. No, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I might be missing out on being on the greatest Peloton group of America, and they all ride together and they all get this thing, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just, that is not the way I work. I've never been a person that I just never fit into like one of those boxes that they describe on a piece of paper. Like, are you this? Are you that? Are you this? Are you that? Are you this? Are you that? I never could. I mean, my dad's Jewish. My mom was Irish. That's already bad. My dad's, my mom was Irish Catholic, and that, at that, I don't fit in that box. Okay, I got to do that one. Parents married. Well, they were married. Well, now they're divorced. Okay, so I go to the divorce thing. Now I was married. Now I'm divorced. And then I was married again. So it's like, who cares? I don't fit in a box. I don't fit on the right app. I don't fit on the right like exercise thing. You might want to take a little bit from this and a little bit from that. I don't have to do, I don't have to be perfect. I just have to feel okay in this skin so that I can stay right sized, so that I can stay the best, mom that I can be to my kids, or the best wife I can be to my husband, or the best friend I can be to my friends. But that's all I need to be concentrating on. If I've done that, so I've done the not drinking. I have to say I smoke a little bit. So I haven't given that up yet. It's so hard. Oh my God. I have to admit, it's just so small. So I just like to have one. I just like to have one. I'm sorry. It's a problem. I know it's gross, but sometimes I like to just, just one, but whatever. I just need that. It's not true though. I mean, it's not whatever. Look, I have shame. I have shame for it. I have shame because every once in a while I smoke a cigarette. I have so much shame. It's so bad. It's like back in the day, everybody smoked. So it's kind of crazy. It's like today, it's like, yeah, I have one vice. I do. I'm not perfect. See that? But I don't drink because I know that if I drink, I'm going to get drunk. I just know it. And I know that I will catapult into this whole life around booze again. I just know it. It was such a part of me. It was the party girl and everything else. And I thought when I was getting sober back then, I was going to have no fun. I was going to be like, this is going to suck. Getting sober is going to suck. I'm not going to have any friends. I'm just going to be alone. I'm going to have nothing. I'm going to be hanging out in church basements with old people. And I don't want to do that. And now I am an old person and I hang out in church basements. But what I think is so interesting is that I put so much emphasis on what it was going to be like in the future. I was like, when I was getting sober, it's like, how am I going to do New Year's? How am I going to do a wedding? How am I going to do my daughter's wedding? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? That was all like so far, far, far out. And I had to learn to live one day at a time. And it is seriously, you know, you know, it's Buddhist to live. It's very Buddhist to live one day at a time. It's really refreshing to live one day at a time. And it's really refreshing to learn who I am because it's always evolving, right? I'm not always one thing or another thing. We're always evolving as human beings. At least I'm trying to evolve all the time, right? And there's this old saying, you know, the older you get, the less you know. And I completely believe that 110%. The older I get, the less I know. I don't know very much now. There's so much to know. My son is studying, you know, he's an engineering student at Georgia Tech, and he's just like, it's beyond. I can't even comprehend the things that he's talking about. And it's okay. I just love him there. And it's okay because I'm never going to get there. Now, do I beat myself up like I'm stupid? I can't believe I don't know what my son is studying. No, it's okay. It's okay. He barely knows what I'm talking about when it comes to recovery, and it's okay. We still come together as a family and have an okay relationship. It's this need to be perfect. It's like, and this need to want everybody to like us. I wanted everybody to like me. I'm not going to lie. In fact, I've had friends that I don't talk to anymore, and I still think about them all the time. And there's other people in my life I don't talk to, and I think about all the time. And I think that I had this I know I have judgment. I am like a Judge Judy sometimes. Judge Judy. I want to judge everybody. And my judgment is way off. I have no idea what it's like to walk in someone else's shoes. I have no idea. I can tell you what has happened to me, but what has happened to you and what the feelings were for you, I can't, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I sit here and I judge from the outside, this outside persona that unless you get into a relationship with somebody that you really go deep with, that you have a real relationship with. And you might say, well, what's a real relationship? Well, a real relationship is somewhere where you can be transparent. You can be your authentic self. You can talk about things and know that you feel safe to talk about things that might have been inside for a really, really, really long time. You know, I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot. I'm just going to tell you, I do not have a lot. I have very minimal amount of real friends that know exactly what goes on inside of me. And that's how it's supposed to be, I think. I don't think we can give all of us to everybody. I think we can only give ourselves to a little bit of people. And then we can have acquaintances that grow out from that and have friends, but friends don't have to always be knowing everything about you. And I didn't know that. I wanted to tell everybody everything about me. I'm like, I wanted to throw up everything that was going on about me. And then when somebody would do something that would hurt my feelings, or I felt judged, or I felt less than, I would walk away from the relationship. I'm done. I don't want to do this relationship anymore. And then I just walk away. Most times with no explanation, because the reality is I was hurt and I didn't want to tell you that I was hurt, because I would rather not talk about anything than get into a confrontation. Does that make sense? I would rather say, than say, you know, you really hurt my feelings, because that makes me vulnerable. Who wants to be vulnerable? Not me. Not me. But I'm starting to learn by this growth that I'm talking about, this growth that we do all the time, this fear of missing out. I missed out on a lot of stuff, but what did I really miss out on? Nothing. I wasn't supposed to be there. I was supposed to be at home watching the ball drop, if I can make it to that time, you know, and it's okay that I probably will not stay awake. It's okay. There is no right or wrong to any of this. It's what works for you. And when we have this fear of missing out, we fear of missing out of, why isn't that fear of missing out on ourselves? I'm fearful that I'm not going to be me. I'm fearful that I'm not going to take care of me. I'm fearful that I am not going to be enough. I am fearful that not everybody's going to like me. I'm fearful that everybody's going to be talking about me. Well, if they're talking about me, their lives must be pretty boring because let's face it, most of us don't have that much exciting lives. I mean, at least for me. I mean, last night I watched a movie and I went to bed and then I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning because my sons went to go hunting and I was like, oh my God, nervous. Like a kook, I got up and then I did a meditation. I fell back asleep. Thank God. Thank God. But this being nice to ourselves and putting the perfection in our ability to put down whatever drug it is. And for me, I'm not going to be able to pick up that occasional cigarette coming 2022 because I just don't want to do it anymore. And as you can see, I have this shame and all this craziness about it. I don't need to do it. It's stupid. I don't need to do it. I'm done. But if you've done that with alcohol or drugs, that's what your perfection is. So put all your perfection over here and say, I did this perfectly. All right, I might screw up on a couple of things over here. I might try something new. Hey, maybe I'll make a souffle and it might not be actually perfect and it might not rise perfectly, but if it tastes good, that's all that matters. It might not look good, but it might taste good. Focus on those sort of things that are going to bring you up, to make you feel better on the inside so that you can be your authentic, happy self. If we live in this fear all the time, we're never happy. Fear isn't happy. Fear is not happy. Fear robs us. Fear robs us of our ability to be happy. Fear takes it away. Fear robs our time. It robs our happiness. It robs our contentment. It robs our relationships because we think everybody's supposed to be like us. Can you imagine how boring this freaking world would be if we all did the exact same thing and did the exact, like voted the same way, mowed our lawns the same way, took out the trash the same way, wore the same outfits, all shopped at the Gap. Everybody wore the Gap all constantly. It would be like the Handmaid's Tale kind of, who wants to do that? Not me. No, 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 no. I want to see differences. Differences make me grow. I get to learn from someone who's different. It's not, oh my God, I want to put them down because they're different. And I'm not scared of them anymore, people that are different. In fact, I enjoy people. I enjoy the differences. The differences are what bring us closer because we get to say, wait, you do that? Does that make you, how do you do that? What does it do for you? Does it make you happy? Starts conversation. You might not agree with everything, but that's okay too. We aren't all going to agree with each other. We're all not going to like the same things. We're all not going to like the same music. We're all not going to like the same meetings. If you like to go to AA or you don't like to go to AA, you might like one meeting, your friend doesn't like it. It's okay. It's okay. Do what's good for you. As Henry says, you do you, boo-boo. You do you, boo-boo, and love you. And all I'm asking you to do it is for today. So if you don't beat yourself up for what you had done yesterday, and you're not so forward thinking about the future and where you might be in 2022, just be in today, because it actually still is December 29th, 2021. I'm just here in today. I can't worry about if another person asks me what I'm doing for New Year's. I'm like, nothing. I have no idea. Nothing. Probably nothing. Sitting at home with JF. That's what we're going to do. Maybe I'll go out with my kids. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to feel like I have no idea what I'm going to feel like on Friday. I have no idea. No idea. I know today I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to get busy living sober. And I'm going to focus on not so much what everybody else wants from me, but what's going to take care of me and feed my soul today. And I put that out there to you. Take care of you. What are you going to do for yourself that you might not be perfect about with? I want to end one thing. I want to show you one thing. Like, see my artwork back there? I don't know if you can see it. Not so well. You can see this one. And this one, I paint because I like it. When I get into painting, I get in a zen. I get into whatever I'm doing. I don't worry about anything else. I just paint. So I just paint and I just put it up there and I just walk away. I pull myself away from it and then I go forward again. And then I put myself away from it and go forward again. And it brings me joy. It brings me joy. Because who says what it's supposed to look like? I'm not an impressionist. I don't know what I am. I just like to paint. So does that make me a painter? I don't know. I think it's finding who you are and what makes you happy. Just because I paint doesn't make me a painter. Just because I'm a podcaster doesn't make me. I mean, it's just like it's all words. It's just labels. Be you, boo-boo, today. Be you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't have fear that somebody's going to be having a great time on New Year's and you know what? You don't feel like going out. Because you know what? You're newly sober and you don't feel like doing it and you'd rather stay home and binge some TV show that you wanted to see. Or you want to binge movies. Be okay with that. If that's what you decide to do. If then you do decide to go out, make sure you can get home. That's it. Take care of you. Do what works for you. I know this. Life is an amazing place if you don't have to live in the fear and you can have some faith and you can start to love yourself. Life gets better and better and better and better and better. And I promise you that. So happy New Year. I hope everybody has a fabulous New Year's. I think it's going to be fun. Whatever you're doing, make it fun. And know that you're not alone. You can reach out to me anytime. Email me at bizzy@bizylivingsober.com. Go to bizylivingsober.com on the website. I've just done a lot of changes. I've added a bunch of stuff, done a bunch of different things. Go check that out and reach out to me and don't feel alone. I promise I'll respond to you. And we'll be back next week for 2022. We'll have a new episode next week. I actually have an old friend coming on and I'm very excited about it. So until next time, keep getting busy, living sober. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Happy New Year. Love y'all. Take care. Please subscribe to everything if you like it. Take care. Bye.